brothers and sisters in Israel as they're fighting their battles over there. And please enlighten us today in this day of fellowship. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I am going to pipe in real quick. I had an email from Josh Batchelor right before this meeting. His mom was just diagnosed with ALS, and his dad was just diagnosed with pancreatic.
Oh my God.
So I reached out to him because I do have connections in both of those areas because my dad had diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. So please keep him and his parents in your thoughts first.
Pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And before we test of the things we think, say, and do, first,
Is it the truth?
second, is it
Fair to all concerned.
Third, will it
Build
build
goodwill
goodwill?
better friendships.
Will it be
Beneficial
beneficial?
to all concerned.
Thank you,
Thank
Don.
you.
Play ball.
Don, do you have any team update things that
We're good, thank you.
Mr. Carroll?
Hey, how are we? We could be better, but it was close. We thought we were going to win the game. We thought we were going to lose the game. We thought we were really going to lose the game. And then we thought we were going to win the game, and then we lost the game. That's about all I can say about that. Everything else, I can give you a bunch of numbers, but you know, they're all real good. So our defense kind of let us down yesterday. It was not good. The only thing is I could stand outside and watch the game for the second half, so it wasn't a total loss. I really get upset with myself when I'm inside watching a football game on a nice day. So at least that part worked out. But Thursday night, we go to Baltimore and take on the Ravens, who also had a tough loss against the Browns. So if you quit watching that, the Browns were losing miserably, and then they won the game. So who knows what's going to happen. We have with us today, I'm going to give this a try here. Jeff, I'm not real good at reading everything here. How about Gabelberg?
Pretty close.
All right.
Gablesburg.
Gablesberg. All right. Well, Jeff, you want to stand up and tell us what you do? I hear you're from out of town.
I am. I'm from Oklahoma City. I'm a Rotarian, a member of the Bricktown Rotary Club in Oklahoma City. We are a drinking club, so we meet after work on Mondays.
Wow.
Take note of that.
But we're an active club. I'm glad to be here. I'm also District 5750. I'm our RILA chair, so I've been our RILA chairperson for about the past 5 years. And really excited about that. Youth youth and Rotary is a big thing to me. So
Great.
Just glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Okay, that's cool. Usually when we say you're out of town over here, it's like you're in Cincinnati. Yeah. Brittany Bradley. Brittany, you want to tell us what you're up to?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. My name is Brittany Bradley. I actually live in Florence, and that's why he's here now. I am a new Rotarian as of 2 weeks ago. I joined an online group because I travel every week for work. So really happy to be here. Glad that who's here in town. We decided to get free lunch, lunchtime, so let's try to put up a group. So thank you for making this feel welcome.
Welcome. Great. Teresa Cruz. Welcome, Teresa.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
My name is Teresa Cruz. I'm the founder, president, CEO, secretary, maintenance, grant writer for Fiesta. It's a new nonprofit organization that serves, excuse me, the Hispanic community in Northern Kentucky. We're opening our doors on November 20th. We've got a space in Florence, so I'm really excited. And hopefully we will have funding and we will have lots of people. There are lots of needs in Northern Kentucky, and we're hoping to be able to help everyone.
Great. That's awesome. Thank you. Welcome, Teresa. Daniel Schaefer. Daniel, welcome, Daniel.
Hello, my name is Daniel Schaefer, and I'm an audience engagement specialist. And you might recognize me from a couple of years ago. I helped with a Rotary fundraiser for Little Fork Family Advocacy Center. I provided the entertainment up on stage as the magician. So what I do is I help people connect their companies or their organizations with their people in fun, positive, memorable, meaningful ways. For that fundraiser, we actually doubled the fundraising goal. And a lot of the ideas I had helped connect people's hearts with the message. I'm also the Vice President of Operations for a local nonprofit, Love Must Win, which helps the LGBTQ community, especially those that are in recovery, because there's a huge gap for resources for those in that community in recovery. And I'm happy to be here.
Welcome, Daniel. Audience engagement specialist. I thought that was my job. Yeah, I'm out, John. The voters were sick and tired of me. Health and fatigue. Travis Nipper. Well, I know you're not, but Master Provision Travis Nipper.
Yes.
Boy, you're much better looking than Roger Bag.
Thank you. I don't know if I have his energy though.
Yeah.
So my name is Travis Nipper with Master Provisions. As you're well aware, we serve God by connecting resources to needs. I'm not the new Roger Babick, but I would say in a way I am.
Okay.
So happy to be here today. Thank you for welcoming me. I see a few faces, Don, Debbie, and Pat. So nice to be here today. Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Travis. Keep in your prayers, Gary Grimes is going to have some surgery this week, and significant surgery, but he's in good hands, and we thank for that. Looking forward to the Thomas More presentation. I am a Tech graduate, and I love the place. They build good human beings. I'm the exception, but they have good people. Thank you, Julia.
Thank you, Sean. And we also want to keep Sean in our thoughts and prayers because he's also having surgery this week. And then you might also recognize Daniel because back when COVID first hit, Daniel was one of our weekly meeting presenter speakers. So, yeah. So, and you've facilitated on parent camp too, haven't you? Yeah, so lots of connections. Just a reminder, we have a quick special foundation board meeting after this meeting today. Shouldn't last very long. Still looking for a treasurer. We might have a couple of leads. As Pam dumps her head down as I talk. Just a reminder, the one-to-one reading program, which is our big initiative for this year. I have to give one of my happy dollars. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. I stopped in at the library before coming to this meeting because I have a little guy. He's in first grade, Elijah, and he's actually farther advanced than what they thought. And so I asked the librarian in the children's section. I said, he's put off by chapter books, but he's past these beginning readers. And she showed me the different things. I said he likes dinosaurs and Minecraft and things. And so if you get into this program and you don't know what books, just ask the librarians at the Boone County Public Library. They'll help you and direct you. And then I've used ChatGPT to create a 30-minute lesson to work with my child on a book. So I just type in 30-minute volunteer lesson using this book, and it gave me a whole layout for that. So it's kind of cool to use. They are looking to do a new round of training in January. So if you haven't done it yet but want to get on board, it's really rewarding. There'll be some new training coming up in January because even if we can work with the kids for half the year, it's going to make a difference. RLI is going to be back in January. This district asked me to share that. I know a number of us have gone through RLI. It's a great program, lots of leadership, type professional development. Saving the dates. So the Steinford Toy Foundation Drive, that is underway now. All the boxes have been delivered. We're in the midst of getting the press release out. The pickup of the boxes are December 11th and 12th. If anybody can help Gary Wilmhoff out, he'd appreciate it. He's been driving around like a madman, and we've been able to add some more locations. So on the website will be the list of locations. I know Jim Ferguson jumped in at their office at Keller Realty, Bourbon House Pizza. I got them to participate, and then there's a couple other places. So, and thank you, shout out to Paul for printing the posters. We actually had to have him do another. Yeah, 2 boxes. Yes, Master Conditions is doing a good support, and Heritage Bank and other places. I did see where if you loaded, if you shop at Kroger, they have a coupon right now, 20% off the toys. So you might want to look at your coupons in your Kroger app and pick some toys up, and encourage other people to pick up toys, especially when we get to the Black Friday shopping, that kind of stuff. And then Covington Club has an event tomorrow night. And December 4th is kind of a big night for the club because we have a Christmas concert and an event at Stevens Elementary. And Sheila Bear, who's a former FDIC chair, is going to speak at our club that day too. She's going to visit a couple of schools in the morning, come here, do some more school visits, and then be at students. Christmas concert, the net proceeds from the concert will benefit the club, the foundation. Oh, I forgot to update the birthdays, skip that. Sorry, I'll catch you up the next time. I missed that slide. Don't forget DAC TV, log your volunteer hours. We are going to, January 8th meeting is going to be set aside to get people on the DAC TV, show people how to use it, all the advantages to it. So bring your device on that day. Marcus is going to help us out. And then another way to support the club, I haven't talked about this for a while, but if you have the Rotary Club of Florence selected as your community partner, if you purchase gift cards before you go shopping somewhere, so just as an example, for my son for his birthday, we got him Apple CarPlay at Best Buy. I went to Kroger first, got the Best Buy gift cards, and then went to Best Buy to purchase the Apple CarPlay. So the club got benefit from that purchase. It would not have, I would have gone to Best Buy. We do it all the time when we go out to eat, go to Red Lobster, we swing by Kroger, pick up a gift card and go eat. So it's a way to build up that balance and get more money back to the club. That's free. Happy dollars. May I have happy dollars? John?
Thank you, Madam President. We do still have December 18th.
Yes, we do.
I thought so. December 18th, and I was just looking at my calendar, it's exactly 1 week before Christmas.
Yep.
Senator Robin Webb from Carter County is going to be our guest speaker, and boy, can she speak. So I want to have a big crowd here for her that day. She's entertaining, she's funny, she's been around a while, and she can really give you a perspective on the General Assembly that I might not be able to give. So mark that on your calendar, Monday, December 18th, 1 week before Christmas, try to be here.
Yep, great. Thank you, John. Anybody else? Okay, so I had, oh, yeah.
Just a couple bucks from us, just glad to be here. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very sweet, thank you. So I had put in $3. The first one was, I mentioned earlier. Second one is, I'm thankful that Debbie is here. I actually met Debbie originally through planning the International Festival, back when we were all three clubs, and we've become great friends since then, and I adore Debbie. So that's my other happy dollar. And my last one is, so my son, who's the senior, is applying to colleges. We went and did a visit at University of Kentucky night, actually. It was like at 5 o'clock. He's been accepted into the Martin School of Public Policy, and I found out they only accept 20 to 30 kids a year. So we're really thankful and proud of him. Any other happy dollars? Oh, okay. So we're going to move on to Debbie. So as I mentioned, Debbie's become a dear friend. We periodically will get together for lunch or breakfast, and she was sharing with me what she was doing at Thomas More. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. We have lots of businesses and people here. So I invited Debbie to come and talk about what she's doing at Thomas More. And it's going to get you thinking, like, how can you connect and use Debbie? Because she's doing great stuff with businesses and professional development. Okay, so
Thank you.
let me get this switched over to your presentation.
That's okay.
There we go.
All right, thank you. Okay, so good afternoon. I appreciate you having me here and you being here. I understand what the Rotary Club does, and I think it's phenomenal, and not enough people know the impact you have on your communities. So I usually start out introducing myself as a recovering HR professional. And those of you, I've met a few that have HR background here, understand that. So I have 23 years experience in HR, organizational development. So I've done a lot of hiring. I've hired over 6,000 people in my career. Did a lot of hiring. I enabled people to let themselves get fired when necessary. I did benefits administration, wrote a lot of policies and procedures, handbooks, did it all. So I worked over at Turfway Park when it was beginning, right when Jerry Carroll bought it. Worked over there, and we started the Kentucky Speedway over there. So I was the third person on the payroll. And there, when I was at the Speedway, I had the title of HR director, and I got the pleasure of doing a lot of things because it was a startup. So when you're a part of a startup, you do more than what your job requires. So I wrote press releases, events, I created them, I ran them. I was the governor's liaison. I did all kinds of really cool, important things like put 100 rolls of toilet paper in 100 different stalls on race nights when necessary. So it was just, when you're in HR people raise your hand, you do what needs to be done, it usually rolls downhill. So that's what I did. So in 2020, Thomas More University contacted me, and I was working at the Northern Kentucky Chamber, and they asked me if I would come to Thomas More and work in their graduate digital and professional program. So what that was, it was for online accelerated graduate programs. So they liked what I had done with my career at the Kentucky Speedway. They liked what I had accomplished at the Chamber, and they liked the fact that I was connected to a lot of people in Northern Kentucky. So wanting to, in this new position, reach a lot of people, cast a wide net, I thought the best way to reach a lot of adult employees, people out there working that would be interested in these online accelerated programs, would be to go to employers. And so I did, and I asked, can I talk to your employees? Unfortunately, they said no, because they're not here. We sent them all home, either working remote, or they were locked up tighter than Fort Knox. I couldn't get in. I can't tell you how many times I drive up to a place thinking, well, I'm sure this place is open. They'll let me go in and tell them about Thomas More's programs. And more often than not, I was talking to the people out taking a smoke and standing there with all the smokers trying to talk to them. And I thought, this is just not how I wanted to get the message across. So when I started to talk to remote workers was when they would contact me after I sent the information to the employers, and they would pass it on to the remote workers. They'd ask some questions, and as you can imagine, most of them were not interested in taking online classes because they were at home, sitting at their kitchen table, probably a bunch of kids and pets driving them crazy when they were trying to get their work done. So they weren't interested in working, taking online classes at night. So our enrollment was good, but it could have been a lot better. So I had to get creative again. So what we did at that point was I was thrilled to be in the prospect of giving another position at Thomas More. That department I worked in was separated up and absorbed by other departments at the university. Enrollment took care of enrollment in different areas, financial aid took care of that. So it no longer existed, and they offered me the position I currently have is College of Business, Corporate Engagement, and Co-op Education. So I was thrilled. Instead of hiring people and setting up organizations and finding the right people, I was helping these students find jobs. And I was helping them graduate with not just a diploma and a certificate saying that they had a degree, that they had real life business experience. So this was what was important to me when I was an HR person, that someone showed up with some experience along with their degree. And I knew that that's what employers would be looking for. So this would give them an advantage if I could find them really good work. So I was excited about this position. So with this new responsibility, I needed more than ever to contact it with employers. So I invited a dozen employers to come on to Thomas More's conveniently located, beautiful campus, but nobody would come over because they were too busy making up for lost time during COVID. They were still in their rears in so many different parts of their job. They had inventory to build, they had lost contracts, they were just working around the clock. They had to keep the doors open. They were just trying to maintain status quo for a while so that they could deal with their new normal. So nobody would come on site to talk to me about Thomas More and what we could do for them as employers. And most of all, I wanted to get the message about what a Thomas More education could do for the employers and that the co-op students could create a pipeline of qualified candidates with on-the-job training and experience, and how to use the seasonal talent with the option of making them full-time, and to build a cohort of employees educated at Thomas More, building a strong alliance with a regional university. And it nurtured a culture with new perspectives. These students bring new perspectives and innovative ways of doing business for their organization, and it breathes new life, especially after COVID. These organizations needed that. So since things were finally starting to open up a little bit slowly back to normal again, I thought if they aren't going to come on campus, I'm going to go to them. And you're not sending me your employees. You can't come here and listen to us. You can't come and meet our students, our faculty, and our staff. So I thought, okay, we'll come to you and I'll bring donuts, or being in my HR background, you've got to feed people, right? So I thought, okay, that's what we'll do. I knew in my experience that if you could get people in your organization with professional development, further their education, it was a win-win, because it spurred innovative thinking, it built a pipeline of future leaders for the organization, and it made the organization competitive. So I knew that there was a good reason to get this professional development synchronized and collaborating with these companies, but I just couldn't make that connection. So then I created a reason to connect with them that they really couldn't ignore. So then I decided, okay, so after COVID, a lot of these employers were dropping their strict job requirements to fill the positions that they had opened. So they could not find people that met 100% of the qualifications they used to have for all their positions. But they knew that they had been hiring good people, and they're telling me, look, Debbie, I've got good people here. They're just not qualified for everything we need them to do, but I have to fill these positions. So you have a lot of people that weren't necessarily set up for a good situation and to succeed. And sometimes they were even set up to fail when they were given these jobs. So given this, that they realized that they had good people, they just didn't bring it all to the table that they needed, and they wanted to invest in their employees, I thought, okay, let's have a professional development series. And with that, I curated a series of high-impact, practical professional development sessions that are expertly delivered by Thomas More's faculty. And it's not just the College of Business faculty, it's throughout the entire college. The faculty was receptive to this new program, and they love getting into these busy work environments. They get to see it firsthand what's happening behind the scenes. And last year, our professors got to go to over 36 companies, and they were in front of 700 people. And they were free of charge. This was last year in 22. I took food so people would show up. And the faculty were not paid, but it laid groundwork for great partnerships throughout the region for Thomas More University. And these are some of the companies, just some of them, that I have taken our faculty to over the last year and a half. I attend each session so that there's continuity at each one, and sometimes I serve as a mentor for when there's a series of sessions at one place. Starting this year in 2023, there's been a charge. I got to start charging for this after being a year free. That's what you do when you want to establish relationships. And the new sessions, the new revenue stream, which never existed before, is well over 6 figures. So it's worked out really well. The professors like it too. So far this year, we have had everyone that attends these sessions, when you go to these sessions, they're given in 1 and 2 hour sessions. The 1 hours are usually the professor presenting the material. The 2 hour sessions include workshopping and exercises. And as soon as they get out of the room, the participants can use the information that they just were told and taught by the professor. And when I met with the faculty, I said, these HR people, they don't want them to have homework. They don't want them to have to do a lot of reading. They don't want a lot of long words and gobbledygook out of high-level textbooks. They want to learn information that as soon as they walk out of the room, they can use it. They can use it at home, they can use it at their work site, and they can use it in public. So here's a few of the things that we offer. So Bruce Rosenthal is our dean of the College of Business, and he's built an illustrious international career. And this is one of the 3 sessions he provides. In this presentation, he answers the questions: when do you When you do presentations, are you truly getting your point across? Which is what I'm hoping to do today. Are you engaging your audience? Pat, am I doing it? Okay. All right. His session will help engage and excite your audience, and participants will get to their point across in the best possible way. And this is Caitlin Powell. She's the chair of our psychology department. And this is one of our most requested sessions. We work in an increasingly global society where diversity can be experienced on multiple dimensions. Our workplaces can have a wide range of employee backgrounds, identities, and ideologies. This session shows you how to communicate across lines of difference, how to engage in challenging conversations, how to set norms during group discussions and meetings to ensure civility and equity. And many participants have joked about how they're more optimistic about their Thanksgiving dinners this year because they saw this session. And I'm not kidding, they say that during the session. So this is Jack Rodnick. This is a wonderful session on leadership during crisis, disasters, and emergencies. He covers and provides opportunities to reflect on the 3 phases of crisis: pre-crisis, crisis event, and the post-crisis, and how leaders and subordinates can adapt to calamities. If only we had this before COVID, right? So this is why this has been put together. This is Bob Arnold. He's a PhD. He's a lawyer, and he's a former mayor of the city of Wilder, Kentucky. So you may know him. His session focuses on the skills necessary to develop a positive, constructive, and effective approach to managing conflict. Not settling it, managing it. The benefit of understanding and applying the art of conflict management creates better communication between employees, leading to a more productive work environment. I've had to get on him though, because he keeps on referring to he has 3 daughters and a wife, and he's always in conflict. So he's learning to kind of cool down a little bit. Carrie Jager, she's wonderful. She used to work at Wild Flavors as a chemical engineer. Yeah, but now she does this, and she's so requested to do this that Mubia had her come in and do a whole series for all their employees. Her sessions on essential supervisory skills and knowledge of effective supervision that are necessary in the dynamic workplaces of the 21st century. In addition to planning for scarce resources and ensuring productivity, supervisors will have a responsibility to understand not only what is happening within their own sphere of control, but also in its relationship to the larger organization. And this is Anthony Schumacher. He's the chair of the Ethical Leadership Department, and that we will soon have a PhD in ethical leadership at Thomas More. So that's very exciting. And he reviews how managers can create an environment where their employees can thrive. And you will see that these professors, and especially Anthony, depending on where they're presenting, they'll do a little research before they go, and then they tailor it precisely to the people that they're presenting to in the company and industry. This is Dr. Chuck Zimmer. He's shown here presenting at Atlas Air. And when he was presenting, behind him, there are people from all over the world listening to his presentation, because he did one on managing remote workers and how to communicate correctly for the situation, foster teamwork, collaboration, and trust with your remote team, and to raise morale and improve productivity. That's a real challenge for a lot of employers, especially the teamwork part. So Dean Rosenthal does another one here on how he goes over information, especially helpful for people that are in sales or just want to get their point across in a way that gets them what they set out to accomplish. So if you have to win people over, this is a good presentation for that. So Dr. Anthony Schumacher's second presentation, he covers planning, organizing, leading, controlling, and setting SMART goals for your team. And these are really, they really resonate, these sessions do, with the people in there. From everything from housekeepers to CEOs, they all walk out feeling like they've got something. And it's also a great team building experience for the crew. So Caitlin Powell does another one, and this is a really good one. In this session created for all industries, Dr. Powell discusses the warning signs of burnout, the importance of perceived organizational support in reducing burnout, the impact of various types of emotional labor or burnout levels, and how emotion-based and problem-based coping leads to differences in burnout. another one that's been very, very good for after COVID. Dr. Chris Lovett, she covers the significance of emotional intelligence in relation to an individual's professional growth, success, and how they relate to others. I have seen the funniest thing after she presents on improving your emotional intelligence. I've seen big 300+ pound guys, 6'4" big, come up and hug her until her feet come off the ground, saying, "My wife's going to love me so much more after this session." So it's been a really cute experience after she's finished. So again, Bob Arnold, who has way too many acronyms after his name, he goes into the interpersonal dynamics in the workplace, as they continue to change. So does the potential for intentional and unintentional harassment. And this guy's super interesting. This is Dr. Cho Sargent. He is a Southern Baptist minister at a large church in Danville, Kentucky, and he teaches both in-person and online classes at Thomas More. His persuasive leadership development session shows that persuasive leadership is the ability to motivate, inspire, and unify a team to achieve a common purpose or goal. And his session includes basic methods and delivery of persuasive communication skills that can be used as soon as the participants leave the room. That's crucial in all these sessions. This is a new one too. Thomas More now has a hospitality management degree program. And Dr. Ryan Maloney this engaging session focuses on the intricacies involved in customer service and how it can lead to retention and brand loyalty. The connection between a customer's first impression of a company and their retention is well documented. In this session, he goes over some best practices to ensure participants make a lasting positive impression. This is another one that's especially interesting today, and it's this presentation is Dr. Caitlin Vollet shows participants that a healthy workforce is a more productive one, and one where employees who are physically and mentally well tend to be more engaged, focused, and energetic, leading to increased production, job satisfaction. And the last one is, again, the Dean Rosenthal's presentation. He goes over the MICE way, it's called. It is to become a leader that others want to follow. The MICE 5 core practices are model the way, inspire a shared vision, challenge the process, enable others to act, and encourage the heart. So the success of all these high-impact professional development sessions has led to the creation of Thomas More University's Emerging Leader Series. The Kenton County and Boone County Fiscal Courts, MUBIA, and the City of Covington are all taking proactive steps by presenting these emerging leader sessions to their employees on several series. Kenton counties these are sessions of 6 professional development series, 6 weeks in a row, and they're sending 10 to 15 people per session. They're taking steps to develop their employees that want to enhance current leadership skills or to be considered for future leadership positions. By providing professional development, they create an organization that attracts, retains, and engages emerging leaders. These municipalities and other organizations with Thomas More University's College of Business to design and deliver professional development that encourages innovative thinking, builds a pipeline of future leaders, enhances careers, and most importantly, helps organizations thrive. Thomas More University's College of Business Emerging Leader Series helps these organizations' employees enhance their leadership skills so that they may be considered for future leadership positions. And my experience at the Northern Kentucky Chamber and the one in KY showed me how well and the importance of Boone, Kent, and Campbell counties working together as a cohesive team. Together, they are delivering comprehensive economic development and business support to businesses, local governments, and the community. This Emerging Leader Series has enhanced the way they work together by providing professional development sessions, enabling them to work together as a collaborative team when the need arises. And the success of this program that we've put together is due to the good work that the faculty of Thomas More University has been doing, delivering all these business presentations that are truly inspirational. their ability to engage and educate busy working adults in their workplace has been awesome to see. I have seen firsthand how our faculty enjoys helping these people develop crucial skills and knowledge that will benefit them and their employers in their future endeavors for years to come. So Thomas More is uniquely qualified to provide much needed professional development through its quick, accommodating, and agile response to employers and their immediate professional development needs. These relationships put Thomas More in the forefront of education options for employers and their employees. If your company has less than 10 people that would like to take this, I can combine multiple organizations, if you're interested, into one session and find a space near your business, or we can have it on campus at Thomas More. And everyone that attends these professional development sessions gets a $1,000 scholarship to apply to their education at Thomas More, should they choose to go to school there. So the success of the professional development program has allowed me to make important connections with good employers throughout the Northern Kentucky and Greater Cincinnati region. These connections help me find fulfilling co-op positions for students so they can have resume building jobs along with their degree when they graduate. And these are just a few of the companies where I've placed students over the past year. And it's just been really fulfilling for me to send them out instead of hiring people to place them. And I'm getting, thank you, do you have more? Do you have more? Do you have more? We're a small school. We don't have a lot of people a lot of students to send out, but it's really nice to hear when you place somebody in a position where they're thriving and the company's impressed. And most of the time, 90% of them get offered a full-time job. And these are the people that I'm happy to introduce our new hospitality management degree program chair to. We're working with these organizations so that when we start putting out students in a year and a half that have this degree, hospitality management, all these organizations are very, very interested. Julie Kirkpatrick just did a happy dance when I told her that what we were doing with this, because as you all know, Northern Kentucky, Greater Cincinnati, there's a lot of tourism here. And it's not just it's not just hotels, it's not just event centers, it's all kinds of work. So it could be anything from a brewery to a bar, to a hotel, to the aquarium, to the Ark. We would love to work with the Ark on helping do that as well. So there's all kinds of people here that are in particular business with hospitality management. Ryan Maloney can help you with getting a positive customer reaction and retention for customers as well. And that's what all these businesses are interested in. So I know that was short. I hope it was sweet. And if anybody has any questions, I have put catalogs on everybody's table. I hope that you take them with you. You share them with any business that might be interested in our professional development. We do charge now. But if you're a nonprofit or a small business, let's talk. We can make it so we can make it available to everyone that is interested in doing this, because we feel strongly at Thomas More that we rise everyone up. It benefits the whole community, the whole region. So I'm working with a lot of nonprofits and public libraries, especially. They have training dollars at Boone County. We just presented to 110 of their staff. I had no idea Boone County had 110 people working for them. And they deal with the public all the time. And they're dealing with all kinds of issues. So we've been there a lot. Going to Gallatin County in Warsaw to talk to them. And they've combined Henry County, Trimble County, and Gallatin County, Owen County libraries there too. So it's just really interesting, the different groups of people that we've been working with.
So 2 questions. One, does at the end of the series or after each class, do they get a certificate or something?
So if you do the Emerging Leaders session, it's a series of 6 sessions, 6 weeks in a row. So you meet one morning or afternoon a week. And yes, we give them a university certified form of completion. And then we also send them a link so that they can click on it, and it immediately goes to their LinkedIn page under the education section. So you can list your high school, your college, if you went to school, and then it has the Thomas More Shield there, where if you click on that, it lists all the different professional development sessions that you completed. Yeah.
And what kind of conversion rate are you seeing for people taking these things to actually enrolling in school?
It's funny because the conversion rate for the people attending it, I really like going to businesses that have tuition reimbursement for that reason, hoping that they'll take some classes. So we're still measuring that, and there has been some enrollment from that, especially. Well, when we went to Boone County, they had people in there from every department that you can imagine, and now we have 2 people wanting to get into our PhD of public health. So because they have some EMS people that were in my class, so that was good. And other sessions too, but what we're getting more of is if these people attend these classes, they get $1,000 to use towards this Thomas More scholarship. And we tell them, hey, if you got kids, if you want to send your kids, they can use the scholarship. We're getting more kids because these people are going home and saying, I just heard a professor from Thomas More speak. It was really good. And I used it as soon as I walked out of the room. I really learned a lot today, and they're going home and take that, but glad to see that too.
So thank you so much, Debbie.
Oh,
There's
thank
2
you.
things out that I'm really thrilled about. One is you're creating lifelong learners.
Yeah.
And that's what we all need to be as lifelong learners. 2 is you're personalizing the engagement with each organization, which is what we need to be doing in education too. You're doing it with adults.
Yes.
So, love that. Next week, is next week the 20th? All right. Man. Yeah, that's right. It is the 20th. So next week, we are having our annual John Salyers Hands Up Scholarship Celebration. Terry Van Hander from Gateway will be here. She's bringing some students who have been impacted by the grant, the endowment we have there. We would also like to grow that endowment there. It started, I think $60,000, I think, was the endowment that we started there. We'd like to see that grow to be able to help more students. So that's it. Everybody have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.